Hello, and welcome to another Women's Wellness Wednesday with me, your host, Tyreka Bright. We will be going over some interesting topics, some fun content on this wonderful Wednesday. Let's take a breath because I know I need one, and you may need one too. Welcome, my family on IG. We're live on IG as well. Thank you again to the Big Exclusive Network for having us and hosting us. So we have a special guest this evening. But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge that it is March 1st, Women's History Month. We celebrate women the month of March. And just to name a few, Oprah, Amelia Earhart, Harriet Tubman, some monumental superior women who have paved the way for us today. And, you know, I salute them. I celebrate them. I also celebrate anybody who identifies as a woman. All the women, we celebrate you daily. Mothers, we celebrate you, especially in March. So just take my hat off to you, lady. You are enough. You are powerful, and you are beautiful. So I salute you all, and that's what we're about on Women's Wellness: celebrating, supporting, assisting wherever we can. If it's a reference letter, if it's donations, anything. We are about empowerment, supporting, and giving back. So this evening we have a special guest, a native from where I am from, Bryn Mawr. Let's get into it. Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. We love you. I rep hard where I'm from. You know, people may laugh. It's a small town, but it has a big heart. And you know, I rep my city proudly, however small it is. Shantee Spady. Shantee Spady is family. She is a mother. She works in a cardiologist office as a medical assistant. If I'm correct, she will correct me if I'm wrong when she joins us. A wonderful, wonderful woman, a real cool spirit. She has a rough, rugged, sexy side, point of view, you know, that I think a lot of people can resonate with. So without further ado, we will introduce Shantee, aka Spado.
What's up,
Yo, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us tonight.
No
You
problem.
are beautiful.
No problem.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
You too. Always here
Thank
to
you.
support.
Spado, let's get into a little bit about you. You know, what you're into, what you do for wellness first, a tidbit on motherhood, and then we'll get into our nitty-gritty, and then say hi to our guests in the comments. So it'll go a little intro, and then we'll get into the good stuff.
Okay.
So who is Spado?
So yeah, my name is Shantee, but a lot of people call me Spado.
Right.
I work in a cardiologist office where I see patients every day, try to help them better themselves every day. I'm there every 5 days a week.
Okay.
I am a mother of two. It's a lot to manage with being a mother of two. You know, taking care of the kids, managing to have your own life, you know, as well as just, you know, managing to stay sane while doing it. So
Right.
It is a lot to do on an everyday basis.
Okay.
It is.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So, Tay, I want to jump into things. You know, I want to get your perspective on a few topics. As I stated initially, this is Women's Month, and we're going to salute all women in all aspects, where we struggle, where we triumph, when we're stressed out. You know, somebody should be there to pick you up and pat you on the back.
Absolutely.
When we get into these relationships with these men, you know, wellness may take a toll. We may second guess some things that we may not necessarily
Absolutely.
wouldn't have second guessed is a no-brainer, if that makes sense. So
Absolutely.
yeah, why is it that when we get in these relationships, we get stupid a little bit?
We get stupid because we think that, men are going to show up. You know what I'm saying? So when they don't show up, or they give you a little bit, they may give you something great in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Where, you think that you're getting all this, and, they might give you all this shower of love. And then all of a sudden, it may stop where, maybe it is because of another woman, or, maybe it's because they don't, love you as much as they once did. So, it's hard for a woman to turn on and turn off, when they're gonna stop loving. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, especially if it's another woman, girls are gonna act crazy for whatever it is that they want. I know that we all been there where, you can get a
Be a
little
little
crazy.
stupid, right?
You get a little stupid, for a dude that you may, love, or, it may
Put
cause you to
time
do.
into.
Yeah. It may cause you to get a little, crazy about the dude that you love. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I've been there, and I'm sure
Okay.
a lot of people have been there where, you chasing around in the car, you pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can get like that. You know what I mean? Like,
So when it does get like that, and emotionally, physically, the day-to-day being a mom, the day-to-day full-time customer service, saving lives,
yeah,
all that. And
it
still
takes a
you got in
toll
the
on
back
you.
of your,
It takes a
when
toll.
I get off, I'm on
It,
his head, I'm on his
and
ass.
that's stressful. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, who needs that? I mean, like, you could come into work and you're putting a smile on your face. How you doing? How you doing? Smiling, everything. But for real, you've been going. Maybe you ain't sleep all night. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, you've been up with the kids, and then you're dealing with this and this man, and his not, and he didn't come home, and now you still got to go to work and put on,
A happy
that,
face.
yeah, the happy, that's stressful. There's times that you go in the bathroom and you might have to cry, let it out. But guess what? You got to get that money.
Mm.
So that comes back burner to everything else that you got going on. You know what I'm
Hold that.
saying?
Hold that comes back burner, because that is where we need to tap into the wellness, because putting it on the back burner is just what it is. We're not
Absolutely.
dealing with it. We're not divulging in it, and we need to, because it
Absolutely.
exists.
Absolutely. But the thing that some people don't realize is that even though it is that we're trying to hide it, people know. You know what I'm saying? Like, your coworkers may see that. You know what I mean? Like, your
On your face.
coworkers may see that you're going through something, and if they are, cool coworkers, they won't say too much. They'll ask you if you're all right. Go ahead and cry if you need to, go in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then you have other people that may be more disciplined, more the management, and you got to take off, or you
Yeah,
gotta get out of here.
you
You
need
know what I'm
some
saying?
time. No, I don't need some time. I need about 6 or 7 minutes to
Yep.
get this shit off me, and I'm back
Absolutely.
at it. And
Yep.
and and it's unfortunate that we're conditioned that way, Spado, because you know the reality of it is we do need time to process it, but life doesn't stop because he's a dickhead.
No, life
Like, it
does
doesn't.
life is not going to stop because of a man is doing you wrong, or vice versa, a woman's
Right.
doing whatever, whatever it may be. But
Right.
no, life is not going to stop because of it. So it's either get a grip, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Realize that, you know, your life as a mom, your life at work, that we can't worry about that. We'll worry about that when we get off at 4:30.
okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Okay.
when it comes to your job, your money, don't let no dude mess that up. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I've been there where, I let it mess up a couple dollars by feeling some type of way and saying I got to take off. You know what I'm saying?
So you did mess up some money, all right, but your well-being was at its lowest, dog.
Yeah,
Like, when it's
absolutely. I mean,
low.
you trust me, you reach a low point where it's like the only place you can go is up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're down here, the only thing you can do is go up from there. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I've been to, a place where I didn't want to talk to nobody. I deactivated all my social media.
I remember that.
Um,
I
I
felt
didn't
that.
want to be bothered with nobody. Right now, where I'm at a place where is that I'm single. I don't want no relationship. I'm not really looking forward to, you know, dealing with a guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just loving myself right now. And it took a long time to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always, as soon as you jump out of something, you know, your girlfriends want to go out. You know, you want to go do this. You want just to keep your mind off it. But
Right.
if you don't have self-love, how you going to love somebody else?
That's the ticket.
You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
ticket. Because I've been there, done that. You know, I'm a little older. You know, we've had some phone calls that
Right.
you've placed in the past, like, yo, cuz, or that I've placed to you. You
Right.
know, this don't feel good. What's up?
Yeah. And you called me plenty of times where it was like, Rick, what you want to do? You want what you want to do? You want to drink? You want to go drink? What you want to do?
You smoking? What's up?
Whatever you want to do
what do
that's
you
gonna make you
need?
feel. Do you want to pull up on whatever it is the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever it is that made you feel good,
Right.
that's what we doing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're my girl, and you know, anybody that I hold close to me, if they need me, I don't care, a phone call away, a state away, you know, I'm gonna make way to make sure that you good. Because that's what you're supposed to
and
do.
that loyalty doesn't really reside in many.
No.
So I want to make sure that, you know, and then Spade, let's get into these. A lot of people are on. I want to say hello, and then we're gonna get back to,
all right,
to the
let's
nitty-gritty.
do it. Let's do it.
Know? So where we at with it? Good evening. Big exclusive. Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you. He said, what's up, Spado?
Hey.
Good evening, Tiff. Thank you so much for sharing.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Yeah, good evening.
Of the Big Exclusive Network. Shout out to Tiff. Lynette, thank you so much. Women are natural givers. That is so true. You know, even prior to maternal, even if you are maternal, you naturally want to give, you naturally want to nurture. You know, I can agree and attest to that. So what you're saying is women have issues dealing with their emotions, huh? Don't you
Absolutely.
say?
And
that's real.
Yeah. Everybody can't control their emotions. But then when a woman can, it's like that they're not sensitive enough. Or, you know, oh, well, you know, and I have been that way. Like I've been a place where it's easy for me to detach. And what that became for me is that, oh, you just don't care, or you just don't, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. But yeah.
And it's okay to have issues with dealing with your emotions. We just named 75 things that we have on our plate daily. Yeah, shit is rough. I'm gonna need a minute. This morning I woke up at 6:30. You would figure, you know, everything is cool. The boys are still asleep. Nah, nut shit still happens. I had to reset. Boom, it's only 8:30. It's only 8:30. It's only took 2 hours. What took me to a level that I'm like, fuck the day? You know what I'm saying? Like, throw the whole joint out.
It could happen that way.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'll be feeling. And then, you know, you have accountability partners. You have people in your corner. Yeah. You have big brothers, you know, or folks that you call big brothers. You have, you know, roles and stuff that you tap into when you need to be poured back into. Because shit can take you left. You know, everything's not always cookie cutter. So yeah, there's definitely some emotional stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tim, what's up, honey? Ms. Lyons, thank you for joining us. So there was a clip that I wanted to show and that I wanted to talk about a little bit more. Big E, when you get a minute.
Man is cheating on me with a woman. If I never leave my man, right now you're fighting for a position that I'm not gonna give up. And guess what? If I give it up, you're gonna be my position. And guess who's coming next? Myself. You be the main girl. I'm still gonna get the same treatment and I'm still gonna get the same benefits, but now you're the one home suffering, crying. Yeah. What you're really doing is lowering yourself, because at the end of the day, he's not gonna leave me for you.
Get into it. I'm gonna sit my white claw on that. So do we play the game? Do we play the game tit for tat? I'm not really sure if sis said that. No, what y'all think? But then is it cool to do that to the next lady? Just because you were on some different shit and on some different type time, I don't know the circumstances. He was mine. You knew about me. Do you think that he's gonna stop messing with me and be faithful to you? And I'm not going to sneak back in the DM because I was already main John. You know, I was already number one. I still got, this is a phone call. But I'm going to let him go because he didn't treat me right and I wasn't number one, or he didn't move right. But if I still want to knock on that door, I can, because you knocked on it and he let you in.
and now you the main chick that got to deal with what I was dealing with.
Right.
And now I can just smash and go. I can just, I can move how you was moving. It is a tick for tick thing.
So it is that.
Absolutely. Well, what I think is that it's deeper than that. What she's saying is that I see two different ways. If she's looking at either way, she ain't letting him go. And
she's making it work for her, right?
Yeah, like I'm looking at what she's saying, and maybe the younger me would have been like, yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? But now when I look at it, it sounds dumb.
Right.
It sounds dumb. Because
sorry, Big E. Okay, that solidifies women are toxic as fuck.
But they are.
Tiff, I've been in a place too easily detached for about 10 years. My peace of mind and being mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy for my children means so much more. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I'm confiding in you and trying to communicate how your actions made me feel and you don't care to understand, I'm done. I will leave a dude in a hot second the minute I'm affected. So Tiff, does that mean cheating is a no-go? Like, can you come back from cheating? Because some of these whippersnappers these days, they into like cheating's like it's not a deal breaker, and that's cool.
No, I don't think that people think that cheating is a deal breaker nowadays. I think that they think how that girl just put it out there. Mm-hmm. My man's not leaving me. She's fighting for a position that she's saying that you're fighting for my position, but what position do you really have if the man is going to be out there doing God knows what with the next person? What is so special now?
Fuck no, that's a done deal. Tiff, hold that. So, Spade, you've been with this dude. Y'all fucking with each other 6 to 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
He begins to cheat. Mm-hmm. Do you take him back, or is that the sign of disrespect? And you like, yeah, it's a no-go. And it's been about 8 to 9 months. You met his folks. He met your folks. It's still new. All right. It's still new, but he stepped out. He cheated. Are you taking him back or no?
It already, honestly, I can't really say. It should be a no-brainer. It should. But what ends up happening is that it's about the bond that you have with this person. It's about the factors. Maybe there's a kid involved in it. You know what I'm saying? Where sometimes guys won't make it easy for you to go, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep showing up, or they're going to keep on trying to, see what, they don't make it always easy. So the quick answer is that, I would hope that I could be strong enough to go, but I've been in a situation where, you don't think it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, me too. I called you about it a few times.
Yeah.
And I really like Bull. I really did.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and I say all that to say, sometimes you still stick around because
you looking for the change.
Or you got that bond, or you like,
and it takes a long time sometimes to, like, some women will look at it as, damn, if me and him ain't together, that means I got to start going out on dates again. I got to meet somebody new again. I got to do all the things, I got to learn somebody all over again. It's easier to keep him. But reality is not, because I'm going to tell you what, he's probably going to do it again.
Oh, they definitely do it again. And then you're salty at the end. But I think there's a piece that we give them the benefit of the doubt. My Aries mind at the time was like, he doesn't want me? That's fucking weird. I'm right. Shit. Like, so now it makes me like, go harder. Like, yo, like, are you and you don't
want the other person to win. Exactly what that girl said on the video. I'm not giving him up either way. You can be the main joint all you want. You can take my spot, but that don't mean you're gonna win. So a lot of girls don't. But the thing is, the winner is that you give it up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really your spot. If he want to be in everybody's face, let him have it.
Let me get into this comment, Spado. I have done so many things before, and now I realize what I had and want nothing more than is to build my shit back up rather than rebuild anywhere else.
Do that.
Stay at home. Sometimes that's where your foundation is.
Yep.
And you may, skin y'all knee together, but you get up and put some band-aids on them joints and keep pushing.
Yeah.
You're at the bottom with somebody. It's okay to grow. So How do you communicate through triggers that you've created? There's a lot of work with that. You have to do work. You have to prove to your partner in action that you've changed.
Yeah.
You created a toxic situation, but you can unlearn a behavior. Shout out to Dominique, Melanated Vibrations. She talked about that. You can unlearn some behavior. Miss Lynette, shout out to you. I don't want HIV. Some man can go back sexually if he's smashing you raw. He's smashing everything raw. I stay single because I don't believe in monogamy. I always end up getting cheated on when I believe in having an open relationship, but most men won't have it, but rather lie and cheat and fuck up a great thing.
Men are going to, and that's the thing, is that men, when they're out doing whatever it is they want to do, men aren't thinking about what they got at home.
I want to hear from some of the men. I want to hear from more men in the comments. So with this perspective that we're giving you, gentlemen, if you will, give some of that. What's up? Like if we're saying that this is the situation, or this is how we're feeling. What's the question? Solid, Big E. So the question is, we put so much into you, and then at some point you think with the wrong head and you do something dumb. But what about home base? The average man does cheat. Not all men. Come on, big guy. Spade, he was waiting for this last week, Spade, though. So, brother.
Good evening, ladies. Let me flip this in there. How y'all doing tonight? So here's the thing. Repeat the question you had, because I want to make sure I'm on point, because it's a lot to unpack there. And I want to make sure I represent for the fellas. Hey, Spado.
Hey.
So when men cheat, because it's often that they do, and we don't want to say all men, but men, when they cheat, to come back to home base, what is the expectation of me as your woman? What is it that you really expect me to believe? What is it that you really expect me to do after you've done this?
So I think for the most part, we don't have any expectations coming back. I think what we have coming back is the understanding that we're going to get to the root cause of whatever issues that we had that led to the cheating. A lot of times women think, and they make these statements like, we do it all, or we the total package, or we bring everything to the table, or when in our reality, a lot of women out here don't know the men that they're dealing with. Yeah, you know his name, and you know he drives XYZ car, or you know what he does for work, but you have to understand a lot of women don't know the men that they're in a relationship with. You know why? Because there isn't enough communication. There isn't enough time to get to know somebody in between that initial talking phase, sex, which creates that bond and that attachment and that exchange of energies that now you're entangled with. So everything that comes after that from women is a very emotional response. So things that you do or that you assume was what this man wanted or what this man needed, that all stemmed from an emotional response based on an attachment from sex. So ultimately, you have to, number one, fellas might hate me for this, but stop running to the bedroom so quick, right? You have to get to know these people, because at the end of the day, a lot of women out here sleeping with complete strangers. And then they do shit and they shocked that he did this or he did that. A lot of you, let's be honest, have very poor decision making when it comes to choosing men. Why? Because you're looking for things, Ella. Girl, hey, Ella. You're looking for things.
He be laying Ella to
You're
rest.
looking for things, or you're looking at these goals that you may see on social media. Or I'll give you a perfect example. Reek got a relationship, and Spado looking at Reek relationship like that's goals. That's the most idiotic thing you could do as a woman.
Yep.
Looking at another person's relationship and assuming that that's where you want to be.
Okay.
It's asinine, because every person is a unique person. They're rich. They're an original, a one of one. Take Ella out so she can run around. Is a one of one. Each man is a one on one. You bringing that together, and now you're creating this thing, this relationship that's its own organism, its own living thing, and you keep treating it like, oh, that's relationship goals. I want to do it how Reek and Tim do it. Right. No, that works for them.
Right.
You have to communicate with your partner what works for y'all. And then in that, you will realize whether or not you can even be with this person. Right?
So there's steps.
Men, I'll give you something small. Some men, or most men will tell you, we don't really like the whole makeup thing. And if you're going to wear it, we prefer something natural.
I agree. Yeah.
But men will get into these relationships with these women and ask her. Now, and this is on men. She, the full face every day. She can't walk to the store at the corner without a full face.
Right.
And it's bugging you out like, yo, like, first of all, babe, you're beautiful. Why do you need to do all that? You only walk into the corner.
Right.
And in that, we get frustrated because we feel like we're not listened to. But that's who she's always been. Mm-hmm. So you got to either decide to accept it or to move on. That for some people is very much so a deal breaker. Wow. Right? Yeah, I'm telling you, it is.
But when you don't want to accept it, some men don't make it easy to still leave, even if you be like, all right, this is what I have to offer. And you be like, all right, well, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just move on with my life, let you live your life. Some men don't make it that easy.
So because they keep coming.
Right.
So in the instance, what do you mean they keep coming? They don't. First of all, I'm out. Who the fuck are y'all dating? Jeffrey Dahmer Jr.? Like, I'm not nowhere.
I might.
Nah, Spade, get into so he can get it clear. Like, so when you cut ties with somebody, that don't mean show up at my folks' crib. That don't mean show up at the school. I'm picking up the kids. You showing up there. Like you're doing nut shit, and we're not together. Like, leave me alone.
Right. Like, so what I mean is that when you're in them kind of situations where you cut something off, or they showed you who they is. Okay, that's cool. I don't want to deal with you. Like, I don't want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to have no beef. And sometimes it's either like, you can't just leave calmly. You know what I'm saying? It's either we beefing, like we got to argue, or, you don't just accept that you just say no. You know what I'm saying? Some men would accept that way, but not all men accept it that way. When you say, no, I'm good. I know who you are. I could accept it, right? Or I can let it go. I'm choosing to let it go. Why you can't let it go? You know what I'm saying? So you say it so calmly, like that's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Not always is that a thing.
Okay. Now, me hearing that's very disturbing to me.
It should be. It's disturbing probably to everybody.
Number
There's
one,
some unhealthy men out there. Yeah.
So I would say, number one, if you are sure that you don't want to be with this person, don't be on the fence. Don't play games, because I see that a lot too. A lot of times, women just want to play that game where they want to see how much you really fuck with them or love them like that, and they'll try to push you away to see if you're going to fight for the relationship, right? In that instance, that's between y'all. That's y'all pattern. Right. That's y'all behavior. But for you to tell somebody or tell a man you don't want to be in this situation anymore, and they won't take no for an answer, get a restraining order, have more men around. And I'm not saying somebody you dating, or I'm saying
like just you talking about
big
like
brother, uncle, cousin. Yeah. Yes, because ultimately that's dangerous, right? Yeah. I'm never going to be nowhere where I'm not wanted.
Right.
Period. End of story. Right. As a man, I need to feel like you want me there.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Women do it too, though. I'm not just gonna say just men. Women will act that way as well. You know what I mean? Like they will act like, you could tell them no a million times too. And sometimes they don't get the picture, and I see that too.
Well, no, and see, here's the thing. A lot of that is based off what we see on trash television.
Hi.
We can't.
We want to emulate what we see so bad.
There's so much to unpack with that, because at the end of the day, when you break everything down, there's a big disconnect between black men and black women, brown men and brown people of color, period. And that disconnect, I believe, is just trust. We've been going through generation after generation of building distrust. Women today don't trust that we can take care of them. And I don't just mean financially, I mean emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. They don't trust us to take care of them. You know why? Because we've experienced the era where all the women that we knew were so independent. Man.
Yeah.
So we decided to say, you know what? Let them go be independent, do what you need to do.
But does an independent woman
go ahead?
Does an independent woman like scare you?
No, because there's in a relationship, there's no such thing as independent shit when it comes to a relationship.
Okay.
And there's no such thing as a truly independent woman, because if she's cis hetero, she's going to need a man at some point. She's going to want that man. She's going to crave that man at some point. So being truly independent, again, I respect that. That doesn't intimidate me. You know what? Ultimately, you can make more than I make. Don't make me no less of a man, because I know where I am mentally and physically in my spirit. I'm a man. I understand that I'm okay with my woman being successful. I prefer it. You know why? Because she busy being successful and I'm busy being successful, and we come together to build even more success. Right? I want to be able to trust that she's there for a very specific reason, or for every other reason than money, or the need to be completely taken care of. And it's okay to take care of a woman. We got away from that. They call them men simps now for wanting to take care of a woman. It's the weirdest shit to me, because women, I want my woman to live in her feminine energy all the time, all the time. So if that means I have to take care of XYZ, but again, if I don't have the means to completely do that, and as my woman, she got my back to pick up where I can't, where I fall short.
That's
what it's all about.
What could be more beautiful than that, right? So a lot of that disconnect come from generations of distrust, and that distrust comes from these outside forces telling us that we aren't good enough for each other.
So
and that's the biggest misconception that's out there. We need each other. We crave each other, and no better relationship or marriage than between two people of color.
So marriage is the goal. Partnership.
Don't let men fool you into thinking marriage isn't the goal. Now, again, it's a case by. I'm gonna speak for the majority.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna speak for myself. I believe my friends all want to be married, just based off how we act and how we respond and what we looking for in a woman, because we not just settling for anything, just like women today aren't just settling for anything. I'll say this: a woman of a certain age is not settling for anything.
They shouldn't,
right? No. So marriage might not necessarily be the goal for a lot of men, but most men will be married to somebody they feel like they can trust, they have their back. And ladies, understand, stop dating these guys based off the mask you initially see. You go on these dates, stop worrying about going to the most expensive restaurant to see if he can afford that. Stop.
I'm cool, but I'm cool with a cheap date if I'm having fun.
Go somewhere where you feel safe, and for God's sake, talk. Ask questions. There's no such thing as too many questions on the first date. Okay.
Spado just said communicate and talk. Like a fun date, that's where you let your hair down, you show them who you are, you laugh a little bit. So a cheap date is cool. Like the food ain't the date, it's the.
This is the thing. A lot of men don't even know how to hold a conversation.
So how are all these men getting these women?
For other reasons. See, everybody's not looking for, those kind, like, I can't speak for all women or all men, but they're looking for other things. A lot of times I see on Instagram, where's the money at? Or, I want to be taken shopping, or, my bills need to be paid, or, stuff like that. So you don't see a lot of men trying to put in effort to even get to know women, because they know most of the time if you give them some bread or if you go, take them shopping, you can shut them up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it should be easy to weed that out, though.
I don't think a lot of men can hold conversation
to weed that out. Well, I
that's
don't know.
a personality thing too, Spado. Like if they can't hold a conversation next, like so you have to be able to.
So let's break that down just a little bit. When you say hold the conversation, what exactly do you mean? Because I know a lot of men speak in Ebonics and heavy on the slang.
Yes.
Okay? I, for one, pride myself on having a command of the English language, right?
Yeah, right.
So a lot of these guys come from the street, and that's cool the way they talk. Now, they still are able to convey ideas. Are you speaking to strictly vocabulary?
No, I'm talking about like
tell me about different topics.
Like tell me about you. Tell me, let's have real conversation. Like I want to know about where you from, like what how'd you grow up, like
no
like they don't want to
conversation.
Talk about
yeah, they don't know how to dive into. And it could be because of trauma. Maybe they don't want to go back to that. Maybe they feel like they're divulging too much. But how am I to get to know you if I don't know your full name? I know you as Pee-wee. Hi, Pee-wee. What's your real name? Like
if you don't want to know, like I'm big exclusive on most social media, and if you don't ask my real name in the first 2 questions, I'm cool.
But see, the thing is that this is you, right? We talking about you. Not everybody is like how you just made everything and broke things down. You'll probably be a great person to talk to on the phone or conversate with. But I'm saying when you see, like, when you have these people want to, what you doing me to death every 2 hours, what you doing? The same thing I was doing.
Sometimes they don't even say it. They WID you to death.
Yeah. You don't got nothing else to talk about than what I'm doing, every 2 hours. Like, I just feel like.
So here's the thing. And this is Women's Wellness Wednesday. And I'm going to get out the way. I'm going to just say this. This is a perfect opportunity, ladies, for you to take this message to all the women you know, especially the ones under you in age. Tell them, ask questions, and stop accepting anything. Solid. It's important that most men are going to rise. The majority of men are going to rise to the occasion when women demand that we rise to the occasion. Yep. Okay. Right now, the bar is so low. You guys are talking about they can't even hold a conversation. They what you doing? Stop accepting that. Stop sleeping with those what you doing men then. Okay.
You're right.
Stop accepting dates with them. Just stop.
Right.
I agree. Stop. Make it mandatory that he's able to hold the kind of conversation you want to have on a regular basis, like telling you about themselves in a clear, concise way. Having a goddamn plan, whether it's short-term goals, long-term goals. Actually doing shit to reach those goals. It's about that action, boss, is what I was always told.
Yep. That's it.
Teach the younger women to stop accepting anything. I don't care. Like, money shouldn't be a motivating factor. No. Okay? Because that never sustained any relationship in the history of relationships. Money does not sustain a relationship. There are people who are super rich, super famous, who it did not matter. They still got divorced. They still got cheated on. Most of the beautiful women in the world got cheated on. The most handsome men in the world got cheated on. It does not matter. You can't have sex 24/7, 365. You can't be at the bank 24/7, 365 shopping. You have to build a foundation on what happens in between the times you guys get into the bed. Ladies, thank you for having me. Reek, beautiful show.
Thank you.
Great points. Beautiful. I'm out of here. Back to the wing. Back to the ladies.
Got it. Thank you, Shane. Be exclusive. So with that, thank you. I needed some testosterone. I needed some insight, and that's a hell of a man.
Yeah. Even the conversation, even the way he explained it, you don't see that many, that kind of caliber of a man around, too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that that's kind of why, like, for me, it was like always kind of like older men, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of was always able to hold a conversation more so than younger men. And I think that just comes with generation.
Because they
And
old heads ain't shit. If your old head ain't shit, you're not gonna be put on.
Yeah.
These, and I just say that for a little chuckle, but like if the father's not in the home, that young man was raised by his mom. She did the best she could. She's not a man.
Yep.
And when you get with these men who are raised by single women, we can get into a comment 1 second. Sometimes those men behave differently. Sometimes those men, got some tendencies that you just like, bro.
But let me also say this though. Sometimes when a man is raised by women, because I've seen it also happen, is that they become womanizers as well because they know how to work.
That was
women.
My point.
That's
where I was going. Because you weren't made to take out the trash because my mom's going to do it. So now you're a grown ass man and you don't take out the trash. That's not dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because your mom overcompensated or like, his dad's not in the picture. So let me just dote over my son and whatever have you. And now here he is. He thinks he needs to be catered to because mom did that. So now you don't know how to cater to a woman.
And a lot of men, I wouldn't say a lot of men, but some men, they want you to be their mom, like their mom. You know what I'm saying? Well, my mom would do this. Well, then go to her because, I'm a woman. Yes. But, there is like, come on there. I'm your woman. I'm not your mom. You know what I'm saying? So certain things that she's going to accept, I'm not accepting that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I see, and you can see how a man is, the way he talks to his mom, the way he is with his mom, you know what I'm saying? You can tell their characters, just by that little bit.
That engagement that he has with his mom. And I think you hit the head on the nail or the nail on the head when you said that, sometimes it can come across as being womanizers. We're not going to give them that title, but they get really entitled and that's, how they were raised. So do we uncondition that? Is that an unlearned behavior that we're willing to go through? Like, all right, he didn't,
maybe for a little bit,
a little more about him, or he just was raised with his mom, and it's just them two. So is he spoiled? Is he this? Is he that?
Listen, and I know that a mom could push you away just to make sure that she still got her son. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen
the sacrifice.
I've seen like, a mom will push you away so that she can have her son. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to a man, to set the tone too. How things is going to go. So, you gotta communicate. Communicate is definitely the key.
All right, I'm gonna get into some of these comments. The moment we decide, here we go, Lynette, we need to be protected for real kings. Dating is not safe. How many women do we see in the news that try to leave a no good man for the better and end up getting harmed? Yes, Annette, that is so true. And it's so scary, because there's a lot of men out here that aren't healthy, that don't know when no is enough. And
men don't even know how to accept rejection. They don't even.
It's hard.
Rejection is hard.
Be careful what you ask for, because we may ask for a man that's all about you. We may ask for a man that, God send me this, God send me that, and then when he shows up, he's psycho. He's a narcissistic, and then he stalks you. And I lived that early years in college. Had a young man stalk me for a little bit. True story. And it didn't feel good. It was very scary when somebody's that into you. And it's not even when that person's that into you, that individual was sick. So it's different. But when we ask for like, he need to be this, he need to be that, I'll play devil's advocate. Most people these days seem like they come into relationships with intentions. And when they aren't met, instead of letting that person go, they would rather continue to please themselves and hurt the other party. That's nutty.
Yeah,
that's
but
nutty.
It happens.
It does. And that's a lot of women's reality. And it's sad. And that weighs on our wellness. But we do have to be careful with the type of men that we attract.
Absolutely.
We really do.
I agree.
We really do. Because you don't want the obsessive man. That's not healthy. But then you still have sis who's like, he need to be this, and he's always on my phone, or here he go texting me again. That's a bit much.
It's a bit much when you have to always. I've been in a situation where I had to always answer my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't miss a call, or it was argument. You know what I mean? Like,
that's no way to live.
Yeah, that's hard. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you have things to do too. But when it's the other way around, oh well, why you complain? Why you tripping because I didn't answer my phone? But see, it was like a learned behavior. Between now I'm gonna act like that because you act like that. You know what I mean?
Right. When you ask the questions like that, it makes them nervous because they feel like you may doing too much, but a man, blah, blah, blah. When they ask questions like that, it makes them nervous because they feel like you may be doing too much, but a man that's not interested in you will feel like you are asking too much, but a person that is interested will answer no without any hesitation. Tyler, you hit the point. That's dope because that's a man who knows what he wants. There's a difference between men, boys, all that. Laugh out loud. Tell modern women that they only care about the bag, not me. I'm in a
Yeah.
different age bracket, Spado. We're in different age brackets. Men in general are way better at rejection than women are. We grow accustomed to it. Women are shocked and then appalled when it happens to them. Slightly. Yeah, because rejection for me, I'm like, seriously?
I'm not coming at nobody. I'm sorry. So I'm not going to experience that because I'm not coming for no dude and experiencing that. I'll wait. And if you're interested in me, then we can make the eye contact,
Tim,
whatever.
When I first met Tim, it took him too long to text me back. And I was just like, hey, listen, what's going on with you? I'm cute. You didn't get the picture? Like, what's up? And we laugh about it to this day because he like, damn, I was waiting for you to call me. No. You call me. But I still had that chip on my shoulder, like, damn, why boy ain't call me back?
Yeah.
So rejection sucks.
Rejection sucks anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely does.
Yeah.
He loves what? I love that though. What you love?
And trying to rebuild with a man and after the trust is broken is very hard. Lynette, I agree with that.
That's hard. Build? That's hard. I'm gonna tell you that straight up because once it's broken, it is very hard to get back. You're gonna always look over your shoulder like he ain't doing that. He ain't doing what he's supposed to do. It's a lot, and it's probably easier to leave, to be honest.
Well, sometimes that could be the situation, but it still seems like
it's hard. It's hard. You'll never get back what you had. Maybe you can work towards something, but you'll never get back the trust completely. Unless they're
but do you think that relationship can sustain? Like after you're cheated on, does it, and now we're 10 years in, do you go back to that and be like, you did that?
One thing that, I want everybody to think about this. Like when you think about somebody, cheating on you or whatever, right? Say you forgive them, right? Are you going to keep bringing it up? Or are you, because once you forgive somebody, right, what's supposed to happen, because I actually hate that kind of thing, like, and it could be any kind of friendship, whatever. Once you forgive me about something, I don't want to keep on hearing about it, because if you didn't forgive me, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that when people do that. Like, if I take you back, my man, you cheat and all, or what you with that bitch again, or what you with, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you come back then? If you're gonna continuously bring it up, that's
disrespect me, call me a hoe, like you just a hoe. You did that, and bro, you said you forgave me. Now I'm a hoe, like
right. As soon as I don't answer the phone, I'm this or I'm that. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, Big E. But ladies and gentlemen, if you decide to forgive someone, do not bring it back up or just leave them alone. He does get a round of applause for that, because don't hold that over my head. You forgave me. You forgave me.
They don't care. They don't care. They, and a lot of people, they will say, oh, because it's their selfish reasons why they want to have you back. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody else to have you. Maybe, you will get better.
But what it is.
But they're not going to things. But they're going to bring it up every chance they get. And I'd rather you leave me. Don't stay around and continuously bring up what we went through. If you forgave me about it, I hate that.
Yeah, that's in the way. And then it makes you feel like he never forgave me. He or she never forgave me. They don't feel like I'm loyal. I made a mistake. I owned it. And here we are again.
Yo, you know what? Let's get into this, right? Is that, a lot of times when, somebody always said, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth will set you free. Does it? Does it? Because I've been in situations where the truth ain't said nothing but an argument, and then I'm like, damn, I was trying to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it started more than it did if I just didn't say nothing.
So Big E says, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please do the work so that you are able to open up and be transparent. That's the key to a healthy relationship. That is such the key to a healthy relationship and wellness. And Spado, to piggyback off of that, you said, why are you bringing it up again? You said, do we bring it up or do we forgive them? What was the other piece?
What about I was talking about if telling the truth.
Telling the truth. So it's a white lie. So that's what I feel like. I feel like if it's a white lie, it's you're protecting me. So if I'm telling you something that you don't need to know, is it a protective piece?
But they don't.
Like, do you love me enough to protect me from the bullshit?
But
or do you love me enough to tell me the truth?
But that's the thing, is that even when you tell the truth and say it's a big lie from a little, you know, you're gonna feel like I should have just kept my mouth shut. Because a lot of people, like, you know, it's 50-50 of who's gonna be like, at least they told me the truth. You know what I'm saying? But the other half is, if I just shut up, you know, I won't have to deal, you know, I won't have to deal with all that, you know, of, oh, now that you told me, now you're going ballistic. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Because if you're with somebody and there's that loyalty that we talked about, there's that respect that we talked about. Once I tell you the nitty gritty, fuck with me after. Like, still, you know, you're not going to deal with me because I'm human. I make mistakes and I made one, but I'm coming to you, my person. I'm coming to my person and saying, yo, I bit the dust. I draw, however you have to address it.
Right.
And then
it all depends, I think, if you have a forgiving partner. You have to really have a forgiving partner, you know, to come out on top together. If you don't have a forgiving partner, it's not going to happen.
Tiff, the beautiful Tiff, says, Big E, I think this should be a chat and shoe. Mr. Jones would be great at the round table. I think we should do 5 ladies and 5 gentlemen. Tiff, I'm down. I mean,
absolutely.
If y'all want to include, however you want to do it.
Absolutely.
I want Spado there.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I
enjoyed this evening. I wanna make sure that I shout out a few folks. Spado, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. My IG family, thank you guys for tuning in. I want to give a special shout out to Ray. It's her 3rd birthday. My girlfriend's daughter.
Oh.
I know her.
Happy birthday.
Age. She will be a guest on this show. So shout out to her. And women in general. You know, I salute you, ladies. You know, happy birthday, princess. Yay, for sure. I salute everybody on, you know, that can hear the sound of my voice. I salute every woman that's in these comments. I love what we're doing. I love what we're building, you know, and I'm excited for more. Thank you, Big Exclusive Podcast, for this platform. Enjoyed it. We will continue to enjoy it. And thank you for giving us a safe space to be who we are. Yeah. And that wraps up for Women's Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.